Giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, as well as the men that taught them, and peace and blessings unto the 144,000, as well as the rest of the elect. It's Brother Taza Pie here with your daily lunch special, and today we have some New World Order on the menu. All right? And we're coming out of the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 15. It says, "And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed." Okay? And this is going into, this New World Order. All right? In lieu of Habakkuk 2, I believe verse 6. Well, let's go to 5. All right. And this is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 5. "Yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine. He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied." Right, just like a cancer. A cancer can't be satisfied. All right. Only reason cancer stops or subsides or whatever, because it didn't consume all that it can consume. But if you was to put it, in a different flesh, and it would continue to consume. All right, and this is Esau. He is a cancer that cannot be satisfied. All right. It says, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied. All right. So this is why the Lord says, well, let's get it. Let's see. Let's go there. All right, so in Matthew chapter 24, verse 22, this is the Lord saying, "And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened." All right? Right, because the earth is given into the hands of a cancer. All right? And just like, so let's go back to that. All right, but understand, this is the Lord saying, if the Heavenly Father don't cut these days short, everybody gonna die. Because look what the scriptures say. All right? Yea, also because he transgressed by wine, back in Habakkuk 2 and 5. All right? He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. All right? He don't tend to his business. He's in everybody else's business. He's in Venezuela's business. He's in Ukraine's business. He's over there with the small hats, all up in the Palestinians' business. He's in our business, the Hebrew Israelites' business. He's in everybody's goddamn business but his own. All right? Who enlargeth his desire as hell. All right? So, right. This New World Order is him enlarging his desire to own, control, and police the entire world. That's his desire, and that's why I say his desire is hell, or who enlargeth his desire as hell. All right, wherever he goes and sets up shop, he's bringing oppression, he's bringing tyranny, he's bringing confusion, all right, by way of, ain't that something that he can frame, like the scriptures say, frame mischief by law? Yes, and also bring confusion, you know, not so much by law, but by his statutes and penal codes and all his other dictates. All right? He inflicts hell on the people. It says, and cannot be satisfied. So this man is as death and cannot be satisfied. So this man is death incarnate, unsatisfied. You know what that means? He thrives on blood, all right? If you was to call him a vampire, you would be absolutely right, all right? Not in the theatrical, in the Hollywood sense, but in the sense of being a devourer of blood, a consumer of blood, all right? And they do actually drink blood, all right? They actually consume it, but also wasting it, spilling blood. This is what they do. It says, but gather it unto him all nations. You see that? He's gathering unto him all nations for his one world order, and heapeth unto him all people. You see? And so when we go back and it says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed, right? That bringing in a new system into the world, all right, to ensnare and entrap all the people of the earth that participates in this system. It is a technological, digital / cyber system, which will be the new society, all right? And if you follow us, if you watch my videos, you follow my videos, you may have heard me on the Thursday Watch, all right, which will be going live tomorrow. And I made the point that they don't need government anymore, all right? That, yeah, just looking at how things going, you know, they don't need Congress, they don't need the Senate, they don't need any of that anymore, because as I saw it, they're gonna let AI run this, all right? And right in that one big beautiful bill it's all in there, okay? It's in that one big beautiful bill. It tells how they plan to, you know, get everything in place for AI and then hand the torch off to AI, okay? And AI will be Esau on steroids, all right? But yeah, he had power to give life into the image of the beast, right? The system of this world right now. The beast was ancient Rome, all right? But this is Rome 2.0. Rome is going technical, all right? That's what this is going into. They set up the system of ancient Rome. Now they're going to give it over to AI, all right? So we'll be in technologically Rome. We'll technologically be in a technological Rome. All right, I'm gonna let old boy explain it.
Today we're going to go down one of the largest rabbit holes I've ever found, and this is the replacement of the government with AI, and that's what's in this bill. Let's talk about it. So in section 43201, it talks about replacing the Department of Commerce with AI. Now the question comes with, what else do they replace with? AI. And here's where it gets really strange. It talks about in this section below that no politician or governing body may stop AI for the next 10 years or enforce any laws or regulations regulating artificial intelligence models.
Now right there, what he just said, that is Revelation 13 verse 11. And it's coming out of the beast. Let's read it. All right. Revelation chapter 13, verse 11. And behold, Salakia, and I beheld another beast. Put my light on. All right. Revelation chapter 13, verse 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. This beast is America. All right. What was the man reading? American legislation. What did it say here in the scriptures? That this beast, had two horns like a lamb. And that's in reference to the power structure of America under this democracy. It's a two-party system, always have been, and it is now. I can't say always will be, because they're going to give it to AI. There'll be no more voting. All right? It will be no more voting. And that's what all of this is about. Remember George Bush said this would be a whole hell of a lot easier if y'all would just make me dictator. You know, for those of you old enough to, remember that era. Yeah, George W. Bush made that state, HW. Is that right? Nope, George W., not the father. The father is HW, Herbert Walker Bush. But his son, all right, George W. Bush, said this would be a whole, running America would be a whole lot easier if y'all just made me dictator. All right? And if you know about AI is a no frills, straight to the point, cut out all the excess, all the trim the fat, straight down to business. AI does not deal with it's all about efficiency. All right? And they view voting as inefficient because it takes time. And then on top of that, you can't trust it. As they shown the last going back to Bush. And because that's when I quit voting. Was Bush and his cousin, Kerry. I think that was it. No, Al Gore. It was Bush and Al Gore, his first term. All right. In 2000, the 2000 election, I voted for Al Gore. I sure did. In the world, and ignorant, I voted for Al Gore. Didn't like the results. And I said, man, fuck that shit. And I ain't voted, now in 26 years, 25 years. And ain't cared to vote. But yeah, AI sees that, and which it is, but it sees it as inefficient, so that'll be done away with, and anything else, all right, that it deems to be inefficient, it's gonna get rid of. It doesn't take into account human affection, human emotion, anything, dealing with humanity, it doesn't take into consideration, okay? And if they see you as you needing to go, it'll be done in efficiency. And this is why I say, and he spake as a dragon. Now, to me, that's dragon talk. AI is going to run government, and you can't nobody say nothing for 10 years? That's draconian. That's taking away your voice. All right? Now, I know it don't go this way, but this is how democracy is supposed to go. Your politicians is your voice. They're supposed to be the voice of their constituents who voted for them. But they're the voice of the corporations today. They're the voice of big industry. They're the voice of the banks and bankers. But they don't represent us. All right? So we've been under draconian shit. But just, low-key. It's been low-key draconian. But when they turn it over to AI, you're going to see it. And you're going to see the MOTB mandates. That's when you're going to see it. When they get this 6G popping. When the 6G go online, AI going to go online, MOTB goes online. This is where we are. It could be tomorrow. Okay? And I'm not saying it is or it isn't. That's me hastening the day. All right? But everything is prepared. It could be tomorrow. All right? But yes, he speaks as a dragon. Listen to that again. That's dragon talk, man.
Below that no politician or governing body may stop AI for the next 10 years or enforce any laws or regulations.
So that's taking away the voice of the people. You can't say shit. That's draconian. That's speaking as a dragon. That's what that's talking about.
Regulating artificial intelligence models. That's Silicon Valley owning the government. Then we find Silicon Valley manipulating the weather. Then it gets weirder when we find AI and Silicon Valley entering the healthcare system to control all of that. And you can't sue.
And we already knew that. We've been speaking on that since the Obama administration through Obamacare. Is right in the bill. All right? And I don't have it with me, but I have the exact location of that in the bill, in my notes. I don't have it with me, but Obamacare makes provisions for people to be fitted with a class 1. I have to go back. I'm gonna bring that information out, but implantable device. That's right in the bill of Obamacare. So yeah, they're gonna be in medical. All right.
Then we find Silicon Valley manipulating the weather. Then it gets weirder when we find AI and Silicon Valley entering the healthcare system to control all of that. And you can't sue any of these companies. Isn't that odd? And this kind of reminds me of the Vaccine Protection Act signed by Reagan in 1986, protecting all the vaccine companies from damages. There were so many lawsuits that they were actually going to go out of business, but the government protected them. Then it gets even deeper when we find Billy Boy Clinton in the Telecommunication Act of 1996. He passed a bill so if they put a cell phone tower in front of your house, you can't sue for any damages. Do you see how the government is kind of setting us up? And then they're going to replace the government with AI? It's kind of really strange. It's almost like Black Mirror. I don't know.
Yeah, just like Black Mirror. Shit. But yeah, that just a little something, if for those of you who didn't know, that's in the one big beautiful bill. It ain't nothing beautiful for us. It's beautiful for them, all right? As we read, well, not that one. That was, the them that transgresses by wine, the unjust. All right? So that's it for today. For this lesson, I'm going to leave it right there. And to the next one, y'all stay up. Much love. Shalom.